Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursaleen, wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. I hope everyone is well. Welcome to our weekly lesson of Bidayatul Hidayah of Imam Al-Ghazali with myself, with our instructor, Ustaz Zaki, and myself, Amir. Inshallah, we'll be going through once again the lesson on Tasawwuf of Imam Al-Ghazali and continuing with the sins of the heart. Welcome to those of us who are joining, and I hope the audio is clear. Yeah, please let us know whether the audio is clear and that you're able to see everything clearly, inshallah. Yeah. And please also share where you're watching from, and whether you're watching from the UK or other parts of Europe. Let us know where you're watching from, and do let us know. Yeah, do let us know whether the audio and the video is clear before we begin. As usual, we will wait for a few minutes for other members to join our class tonight. Yeah, we'll give it a couple of minutes before we begin. In the meantime, just a few reminders. We've got a new class happening. It started last Sunday and it's continuing tomorrow. It's our Silat Warrior class led by Taufik, who is a Sunni Gayong practitioner and instructor. Yeah, so there's a in this period of COVID where sometimes we might not be doing a lot of physical exercise together or even privately. This is a good opportunity for us to come together and to have a little bit of exercise, a little bit of physical work, so that inshallah we can feel the benefits, the physical benefits as well as the mental benefits. Yeah, because exercise is associated with stress relief and a feeling of calmness, and at the same time we can learn a little bit of the culture of the silat that Taufik will be teaching us, which is the Seni Gayong. Yeah, so we had a very good attendance last week, and we hope that many more of you can join us for tomorrow's session. Further details are on our Facebook and social media pages, and you'll be able to register and confirm your place for tomorrow. As always, during this COVID period, it is free of charge, so we really hope that you can take the advantage of this opportunity for us to socialize and to exercise together and to learn also the art of silat, which is the traditional Malay martial art. Yeah, and of course, earlier today we had Sisters Hour, yeah, with our guest, Sister Aisha, and throughout the week, for those of you who have been following us, we had the Friday reminders and recitation of Surah Al-Kahfi, and we have also our Quran classes happening throughout the week. A reminder of you who are just joining us and who may not be familiar, we've got Quran classes happening online for people of all backgrounds. So whether you're just starting out on your journey to learn the Quran, whether you've been out of touch with the Quran for a period of time and you want to get back into learning the Quran, and even if you're already Assalamualaikum everyone. Apologies. The connection just went down just now. Alhamdulillah, the connection is back. So we're back live. So as I was saying, for those of you who want to learn and deepen your knowledge of the Quran, we've got a whole host of lessons and courses available online. So we've got those for teens, for young children, as well as for adults. So please, for those of you who are interested, further details are on our Facebook page. And you can always go to our website, www.thesufafoundation.org, for further information about all of our programs. So not just our paid programs, but also our halaqah programs, of which one of them is tonight. So this is one of our free halaqah programs that take place on a weekly basis, as well as all the other extracurricular events that take place, like the weekly Silat warrior classes that will be taking place. So you'll be able to find out all the information that you need about everything that the Sufa Educational Foundation is offering by visiting our website, www.thesufafoundation.org, as well as visiting our Facebook page and Instagram page. So I hope you can make the most of what we're offering at this time, and really take the opportunity to socialize and to connect with each other as members of the community. Yeah, it's about coming together and feeling connected in a time where a lot of us can feel isolated and alone. So I hope that we can make the most of this opportunity and come closer, and as well as learn more about this deen of ours, inshallah. Yeah. So with all of that, and with all of the services that the Sofa is providing, I hope also that you can continue to support us, continue to donate to our fundraiser. Yeah. As you know, we have our Rabil Awal fundraiser, as well as we have our standing order, monthly standing order fundraising campaign taking place. And even if you just want to donate a one-off donation, then there are channels where you can do that. So we urge as many of you as possible to help to keep supporting Sofa and to keep supporting the work that we're doing. And inshallah, there's a lot more in plan for the coming months. There are a lot of exciting programs that Sofa will be releasing. So I hope that you can continue to support us, share your ideas, and share your support by liking our programs, sharing them with friends and family, and spreading the word. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward all the good work that not only Sofa is doing, but the community is doing in supporting this endeavor, inshallah ta'ala. Without further ado, then we will begin tonight's lesson. And I'd like to invite, as always, Ustaz Zaki to open tonight's lesson.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين إلى حضرة النبي محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم وإلى أزواجه الكرام أمهات المؤمنين وإلى ذرياته ولأهل بيته ولأقاربه ولأصحابه وتابعين وتابع التابعين وتابعيهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين، وخصوصا إلى شيخنا وأستاذنا مولانا سيدنا أحمد بن إدريس رضي الله تعالى عنه وجزا الله تعالى عنا خير الجزاء في الدنيا والآخرة، ثم إلى ساداتنا رجال سلسلة الطريقة الأحمدية الإدريسية قدس الله تعالى أرواحهم الزكية وجزا الله تعالى عنا خير الجزاء في الدنيا والآخرة، ثم إلى معلمينا ولأساتذتنا ولوالدينا ولأزواجنا ولذرياتنا ولأهل بيتنا ولأقاربنا ولأصحابنا ولمن له حق علينا ولإخواننا جميعا ولسائر المسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات، وارفع لهم الدرجات وكفر عنهم السيئات وادخلهم الجنة مع الآباء والأمهات، وعلى النية الشفاء ورفع البلاء والنصر على الأعداء وتيسير الأمور وفتوح الصدور والرحمة والمغفرة والمدد، وأن يعطي كل منا سؤله إلى يرضي الله بجاه سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. وبأسرار سورة الفاتحة أقدم إليك بين يدي ذلك كل بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أرأيت الذي يكذب بالدين فذلك الذي يدع اليتيم ولا يحض على طعام المسكين فويل للمصلين الذين هم عن صلاتهم ساهون الذين هم يراءون ويمنعون الماعون. صدق الله العظيم. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك عليه. لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله يا صاحب الأنوار يا ذا والمعقود يا صفوة الجبار يا ذا التقى والجود لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله لولاك يا ذا الشان ما سارت الركبان نوديت بالمختار والمصطفى المحمود لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله طابت بك الأوقات يا من آتى رحمتي يا سيد السادات يا كاشف الغمات لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله صلاة ذي التعظيم بار العلا الأوحاد مع أكمال التسليم عليك يا أحمدي لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك عليه.
وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. الحمد لله رب العالمين. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Alhamdulillah, all praises belong to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Salutation and prayers upon our beloved Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. As usual, we are very grateful and thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for allowing us to meet in this weekly halaqah with the recitation, the sharing session of the book of Imam Al-Ghazali rahimahullah ta'ala, with the book called Bidayatul Hidayah, the beginning of guidance. My dear beloved brothers and sisters, rahimakumullah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We make a pure intention, seeking pleasure from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, sincere from our heart, with the intention of making ourselves closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept our deeds with the amal, act of worship that we are performing right now, which is seeking knowledge. And one of the important knowledge that we need to seek is the knowledge, purification of the heart, al-tasawwuf or al-akhlaq, to improve our manners and our etiquette towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first and foremost, and towards the human mankind that we are dealing with. Inshallah, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us to maintain our sincerity, ikhlas, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept our good deeds and make it this knowledge as a beneficial knowledge, al-ilm al-nafi', we are able to act upon what we understand and what we have learned. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Without further ado, we going to continue our lesson this evening from the sins of the heart, chapter number 2, and the subtitle from the sins of the heart, ar-riya, ostentation. Yep, this is our second part after the first part. We spoke about al-hasadu, al-hasad, yeah, envy, and we spoke about hasad, and we explained about al-hasad, envy towards mankind. There are at least 4 types of hasad. And then now we are talking about riya, ostentation, showing off. And we started last week, we explained that riya, showing off, ostentation, is one of the disease, one of the main illnesses of the heart. Yeah, because it is to do with our intention. It affect our amal, our ibadah, our act of worship. Yeah, when we perform something, when we perform our ibadah, we establish our ibadah for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wal-iyadhu billah, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to prevent us, all of us, I mean, inshallah, from having this disease, al-hasad, al-riya, showing off with our ibadah. We said al-riya, to show people. It is different from as-sum'ah. Yeah, al-riya is showing people with our act. So there are people around us and we are performing an act of ibadah, and we want to show people that we are a person, or we are performing our ibadah as neat, as good as we can. Yeah, or we want to show to people that we are among those pious people. So with our ibadah, rather than making intention of fulfilling our ibadah performing our ibadah, establishing our ibadah for the sake of Allah, we are making other intention to show to people that we are doing this, and we wanted from them to raise, to tell, to have thought about us as a good person. We wanted to show them, and we wanted them to call us, this person is a pious person, knowledgeable person, abid, and what do you call it, abid, a worshipper, and such. So rather than making ibadah for Allah, we are performing the ibadah for other people. Yeah. So the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned, we said in the hadith, yeah, ar-riya. He asked the meaning of the hadith. He asked the companions, there's shirk al-asghar, there is a small shirk. What is shirk? Shirk is associations for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or what do you call it, idolatry. Yeah. So the shirk, the riya, be mentioned by Rasulullah as a small shirk. It's as a small, what do you call it, shirk. Because why? There's a big shirk, al-jali, a-shirkul jali. Those people who disbelieve Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the non-believers, when they worship other than Allah, they put Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with another partner. They're worshipping Allah, they're worshipping other than Allah. That shirk al-jali is clear. Where this riya, ostentation or showing off, is shirk al-khafi. There's a hidden shirk. Because why? What's the meaning of shirk? As we said earlier, rather than worshipping Allah alone, we performing our ibadah, our worship, acts of worship for the sake of other people, to show to other people, to let other people see. Yeah, wanted other people to call you a good person, a abid, a worshipper, a pious person, and such. So it's not fully for Allah. You are doing something for the sake of other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is called a riya, ostentation, named as a shirk al-khafi, a hidden shirk. So that's the title. That's the title for a riya. So in other words, it is very big thing. It is heavy. Yeah. So we really need to put away from our heart this riya. We need to put it away, far, far away. And then we said on the day of judgment, we shared the hadith. I will explain the meaning of the hadith that we shared. On the day of judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala called all these people who are performing their acts of worship not for Allah, for other people, because of riya. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will call them with 4 names: Ya Kafir, Ya Fajir, Ya Fasiq, and Ya Ghadir. All those meanings, all those people who are performing ibadah not for Allah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will put them down by calling names. Ya Kafir, oh you disbelief. What is it? Ya Fajir, for those who are wrongdoers. Ya Khasir, for those who will be in, what do you call it? Khasir, rugi, apa? Rugi.
There will be the losers.
The losers. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala called those people losers. Because why? Because you are performing your act of ibadah in the world, in this world, but not for Allah. Who can reward us on the day of judgment? In the day of judgment, it is only Allah. Isn't it? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will look upon all our ibadah that we performed in the world, in this world, during our lifetime. And if it is not for Allah, for other people, we are losing. Such a waste. Yeah. So even Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala declared their names, losers, you disbelieve, shirk al-khafiyya. This all for those who have riya, na'udhu billah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us and prevent our nafs, ourselves from having this type of, what do you call it, disease, yeah, riya. We need to understand, and this is a big thing, yeah, when we do acts of worship purely for Allah, ikhlas, sincerity, our ikhlas, sincerity purely for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not to show to other people, even to our own children, even to our own our own partner, wives, husband. No, yeah, just for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yes, there are times where we need to perform our ibadah in front of people that we know in order for us to teach them. Yes, there is time, but yeah, without understanding the first basic rulings of a riya, it's difficult for us to differentiate between, are we going to perform this ibadah to teach, or we perform this ibadah for the sake of showing? Do you get what I mean? So we need to know first thing first, riya fully is all about showing other people our ibadah, to gain names, لرتبة العالية or الجاه السامية. It is all to get position, to get names, so people can call you, oh, this is like what I said, the pious person. This is the pious people, and the alim or such. So we need to make sure that we understand our ibadah for the sake of Allah purely, or else Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will call those people who have riyah, and then they call names. And then what did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say at the end of the hadith? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, seek your reward from those people who you doing your ibadah for. Yeah, we do our ibadah for that kind, to get names with this bunch of people. Ask them your reward from them. Ask your reward from them. So subhanallah, this is warning, yeah. So do not become a loser where all our ibadah that we perform not for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, such waste. And then another hadith, before we proceed with the new paragraph today, another hadith where Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam said in a hadith as well, كما ورد في الخبر, on the day of judgment, shaheed, the meaning of the hadith. Last week we recited the hadith already, so today we just recap, where on the day of judgment Allah will call the martyrs, shaheed, and those Jam' al-Quran, those the reciters of Al-Quran, and those people who are rich people with wealth. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala provide them with wealth, with money. They make a lot of charity. With this, the second, those people who recite Al-Quran a lot, Allah will ask them. And those people who mujahid, those people who martyrs on the battlefield, for the sake of upholding the religion, Allah will ask these three people, why do you go for sabilillah? Why do you go to battlefield until you became a martyr, isn't it? Allah asked them why. They said, Ya Allah, for the sake of you, Ya Allah. Allah say, La kazabt, you lying. So the angels affirm it. Yes, Allah, he is lying. The angels affirming, and say, not because of that. Yeah, you went to battle until you die as a shaheed, so people can call you, he's a brave one. He's a brave one. So not for sake of Allah. Allah knows. Allah knows. So this hadith as a reminder for us. For Jam' al-Quran, those people who reciters of Al-Quran, who memorize Al-Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks them, I give you capability to memorize Al-Quran and recite Al-Quran a lot. So what do you do with your Al-Quran? So they said, I'm reciting Al-Quran day and night, Ya Allah, to repeating your words, to teach people. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, no, you are lying. The angel affirming. what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying. Yes, indeed, Ya Allah, he's lying. Why? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explained in this hadith. He said, yeah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explained why. You are not reciting day and night to gain my reward or to gain my pleasure, to please me. No, but you are reading so people can call you. This is a qari. He's a Quran reciter. MashaAllah. And then with those people who have money as well, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked them, what did you do with your money? You giving charity? He said, I'm giving charity to help your religion, Ya Allah, your deen. Allah said, you are lying. And the angel affirming it. Yes, Ya Allah, indeed, he's lying. You got your money, you give charity, so you want people to call you. He's very charitable. He's always giving money to help the religion. So he wanted something by giving money. So mashallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows inside out. So be careful. Even though it's small acts of ibadah, make sure you've got quality in it. What is the quality? What's the measurement? Liwajhihil kareem. Only for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nothing else. Full stop. For the sake of Allah. To please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yeah? So it is a reminder for us. And this kind of hadith, indeed, Rasulullah SAW telling us, so we will be, playing in our mind before we do something. Remember, not for other, none except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Only for Allah. We are doing this only for Allah. We are sharing our session only for Allah. We are teaching, we are learning only for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah gave us capability, ability, the understanding, the time, the effort, the strength, the might and power, the ability to understand. It is gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we are manifesting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's gift, his bounties, by acting what we have given. So make sure what comes from us is our ikhlas, sincerity for him. Do not mix, do not do something that will against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's pleasure. Rather than getting his reward, we will get his wrath. Wal-'iyadhu billah. So make sure every single thing that we do, worldly affairs or dunyawiyah or ukhrawiyah, worldly affairs or religious affairs, make sure for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Worldly affairs, when we perform, for example, we go to work to get some income to bring back to the family. Yeah, know that our work that we spend, our time that we spend at work, it is ibadah. So remember that, Ya Allah, I'm doing ibadah to get halal sustenance to bring back to my family. So Ya Allah, I am performing my ibadah that you have granted me. So my ibadah that you want me to act upon is through finding halal sources and feed my family. So that's ibadah. So do not ruin that ibadah by telling or by complaining or by saying to your children when they grow up. For example, a lot of parents did this. I'm giving you, I'm bringing you up when you are grown, and this is what happened. This is what you repay back to me as a child. I'm not happy. I do so many sacrifices for you during your childhood and this and that. We are complaining. That's our ibadah, my dear parents. I'm parents myself, or I'm reminding myself. Our work that we have done, mothers or fathers, do not complain and tell them back what we have done. They have their amana. The children have amana, responsibility toward us. And if parents, we've done our part toward our children, we don't need to unk it. We don't need to say it back. We don't need to tell the story that this is the difficulties that we are facing. No need. Keep it. This is our ibadah, isn't it? This is our ibadah. We are the people of asbab. We need to seek every task, every job that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala provided us. So through that jobs that we are doing, the task, the chores, the routine, the daily work that we are working on, that's ibadah for us. So this is deep. Make sure we don't complain. We don't tell people how difficult it is. We don't tell our children. If it is just a sharing session, telling them our experience, that's fine. But do not in a way of we complaining. You are spoiled child. I've done so many things. I work day and night. I cook, I wash, I clean, I this, I that. I feed you, I raise you up, I send you to school, tuition, to educate you, and this is what you pay. No, never say that. That's past. Your ibadah is done for the sake of Allah. Your amanah, responsibility to bring up this child, is an amanah. That's an ibadah at the same time. So don't ruin it. We can explain, we can tell them off if we need to, but do not tell the stories. Yeah, that's ibadah for you and Allah, between you and Allah, for the sake of Allah. So there are many ways that a riya can be formed. Okay, so the point is for us to remember our ibadah is for the sake of Allah, and don't ruin it with showing off to other people, telling people off and such. Okay. Now for today, we read the last part of it. Amir, please.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وقال المصنف رحمه الله تعالى ونفعنا به وبعلومه في الدارين آمين.
ولو أنصف أكثر الناس.
بسم الله. ولو أنصف أكثر الناس لعلموا أن أكثر ما هم فيه من العلوم والعبادات فضلا عن أعمال العادات ليس يحملهم عليها إلا مراءة الناس وهي محبطات الأعمال حتى ورد في الأخبار إن الشهيد يؤمر به يوم القيامة إلى النار فيقول يا رب استشهدت في سبيلك فيقول أردت أن يقال إنك شجاع وقد قيل ذلك وذلك أجرك وكذلك يقال للعالم والحاج والغازي والقارئ. If the majority of people were fair and objective, they would realize that most of their activities in seeking sacred knowledge and in worship, not to mention customary activities, are only undertaken out of regard for other people. This motive renders their acts of no worth. Thus do we find in a narration, on the day of resurrection, it will be decreed that a martyr will be taken to the fire. He will say, O Lord, I was martyred fighting in your path. Allah Most High will proclaim, you wanted it to be said that you were brave. It was said, and that is your reward. From Imam Muslim. The same will happen with the scholar, the pilgrim, the warrior, and the reciter of the Quran.
Now, so that paragraph we recited last week. Yeah, so that paragraph we recited last week, and I shared already and recap and revised earlier as an introduction. And today I would like to add Imam Al-Ghazali rahimahullah ta'ala anhu mentioned there are few kind of hidden riya. Riya is hidden shirk. Yeah. Riya is a shirkul khafi. It's a hidden shirk. But when we explained last week, we explained all those clearly riya, showing off clearly, purely, without any doubt. Everyone knows that this person is showing off. So today, I would like to share the hidden riya as well. Not the hidden shirik. Riya is hidden shirik. But there are clearly riya and there are hidden riya. Sometimes we might don't realize that we are doing riya. We are showing off. Okay, so today, the ulama, the scholars, shared at least there are 5 riya. 5 types of riya. Some of them are clear, can be seen, and surely you know it is showing off. And some of them are very subtle of riya. We will share, then you guys, inshallah, everyone can understand. So the first one, riya fi din bil badan. Riya fi din bil badan. Showing off in terms of religious affairs. Showing off in terms of religious affair. With the physical, with our physical. Okay, how does this thing work? With the physical appearance. For example, a person, Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad, eating less in front of other people with the intention of what? So people know that, mashallah, he's eating exactly like Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So in his amal, in his appearance or physical, he is doing, the physical is showing that he is a pious person. For example, always look tired, sleepy. So people think that, mashallah, he must be doing a lot of ibadah during night time. You get it? And then maybe looking a bit pale. A bit pale and dry lips. Maybe nowadays there's not much people performing or doing this, because we are totally lazy, isn't it, to fast. But there are some groups, types of people, amongst their groups of ubad, amongst the groups of masjid people, for example, amongst the group of salihin, pious people, amongst the scholars, amongst the worshippers. So they wanted to known as the greatest worshipper. They wanted to know the most knowledgeable amongst the scholars. They want to compete. So how do they do? Extra effort by showing of their nature, of their physical. Or dry lips. Totally, we know, mashallah. This is the result of not drinking because of fasting. Looking sleepy, tired, mashallah. This is result of waking up a lot in the night, doing ibadah and such. And then look a little bit during those times, maybe looking a bit of scruffy, to show that, mashallah, he really doesn't care about dunya. He always focus about akhirah. Whatever they have, whatever they wear is enough, sufficient for him. As long ibadah is there, salah, zikr, and such. So outfit, outwards, is not iron, a bit scruffy, that's fine. But this kind of act is actually, they want to show to people that they are something, or they are someone. They are a good, pious person, worshipper, and such. Okay? So this is a riya at the same time. So we, at the same time, Imam Al-Ghazali, he wanted to let us know, be careful. Yeah, sometimes there are good, positive work, ibadah, but without a valid, sound intention, ikhlas, it can slip and make it into a riya. Okay. So that's number one. Showing off with the religious affairs, well, with the outward, they are physical, looking tired, less sleep, and then with the scruffy appearance, and then with the dry lips. This is fil badan to do with their body. Menunjukkan akan apa? Menunjukkan penzahiran, menzahirkan, menunjukkan dirinya itu melakukan banyak ibadah. Ya, penat, lesu, tak cukup tidur, tak cukup minum air. Jadi badannya nampak kurus. Jadi orang tahu, oh ni mesti banyak sembahyang, ni mesti banyak puasa, ni mesti kuat beribadah, dan sebagainya. So this kind of appearance, Masya Allah, can lead someone into riya. And the purpose of their doing it is riya, actually, without saying it. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, showing off in their clothing. Their clothing. Number two, bil hayati wa zay. So when they walk, clothing and appearance and walk. The first one is the badan, the jasad. Yeah, the first one is through their jasad. And number two, with their appearance and their clothing. Yeah, when they walk, they will walk with the what do you call it? Lowering down their gaze and their head, as if they're not looking around. No, I'm walking downwards. I'm looking down. Okay, so people will see, mashallah, this person is really take care of his eyes. He's really saleh. He's really pious. He's really zuhud, zahid, and such. Okay. And then what's another example? Wal hudu'u fil haraka. Very, what do you call it? Very, apa? Wal hudu'u fil haraka. Tidak banyak bergerak. Not a lot of movement. To show that sign of what? Sakinah wal waqar. To show that the sign of tranquility in his heart. MashaAllah. Can, yeah. Very, very still. When wallahu a'lam, when they move very slow, mashallah. So people will see, oh, this is saint, mashallah. He less movement. And then they say what? وإبقاء السجود على الوجه وغل الثياب وترك تنظيف الثوب وتركه مخرقا ولمسه معه. So this is all their appearance that they perform. They look weak and such. So people will know that this is, mashallah, the person of ibadah, ahli salah, the pious people. Okay? So the first one is about their physical, and number two is about their appearance and their clothing. Exactly the same, kind of the same. They wear very baju-baju yang lusuh, baju-baju yang lama, baju yang mungkin koyak sedikit, carik, tampal untuk menunjukkan mereka ni orang-orang zuhud. Yeah. So they just want to show their appearance. Masya Allah, this is people of Sufi. They put everything dunya aside for the sake of akhirah. They put dunya aside, always remember Allah. They put everything aside, only doing zikir and salawat to Rasulullah SAW and such. So it can be riya as well. This is the point. Imam Al-Ghazali would like to tell us, it can be riya. Yeah, with your appearance. If you don't take care of your intention, that's the syarat, that's the condition. It's not, you can't wear imamah, galabiyah, beard. Yes, you may, because that's sunnah. But the intention should be for Allah. without the intention, it is not strong, then these things can lead us to, na'udzubillah, to riya. Okay, that's number 2. And number 3, riya'u bil qawl, showing off through our speaking, from the way of speak. Yeah, when they speak, when they talk, very slow and soft spoken. So people will say, MashaAllah, look at him, very soft person, soft-hearted, soft-spoken, MashaAllah. This person, for sure, how can all this speaking, talking very soft? It must be coming from the enlightened heart, from the soft heart, and comes all the pearls of hikmah, wisdom. So their words and the way they speak, one by one, mashallah, can be a riya as well. Because why? You are trying to you are giving people a sign, a signal that, look, listen, my voice is very soft, very light and soft in my, oh, this is a good person, mashallah. Okay, and then they say وتحريك الحركة والشفتين وتحريك الشفتين بذكري في محضر الناس, and movement of the lips in front of other, in front of majma', in front of audience. So making a lot of, so people see, mashallah, he's zikr, he's doing salawat, mashallah, he's doing so long, I've been looking at him, he doesn't stop his lips. How many thousands already zikr is doing? So this is all the actions can lead someone to riya. So be careful. Yeah. So that's one. كالنطق بالحكمة وتحريك الشفتين. And these are all the example I given. And giving advice all the time, giving advice to people. So people will know that, mashallah, if we sit with this guy, mashallah, he will give you so many wisdom, aphorism, sharing so many nasiha, advice. He's a very knowledgeable person. This is very pious person and such. Okay, so mashallah, it is very critical. Yeah, this is crucial for us to know. So that's number 3, showing off through the way of speaking. And number 4, al-riya'u bil amal, with acts. Now with action. How is with action? When they perform their ibadah, salah, long sujood, long ruku', long reciting Quran, always with tasbih. This is with amal. Long in salah, وترك الالتفات, no turning right or left, mashallah, always constant, taking care of the appearance, the concentration and the focus only in one. This is all correct, my dear beloved brothers and sisters. I'm not saying don't do this, avoid doing all this. No, this is all the correct act resulting from someone who always constant with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If purely our heart focusing in ibadah, we will get the tranquility. We will get the result of doing ibadah. اطمئنان, السكينة, والوقار, والطمأنينة. This is all the results of doing ibadah, but not faking it, not making it. Do you get it? It is pure. If it is pure, result from making a lot for ibadah, and that's what you get. It is a gift from Allah. So that's the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's how Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the result of istihdar, always constantly with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and without, at the same time, without neglecting all the worldly work around him. yeah, and around us as well. So this is all this riya that they are faking, they are making, just to gain something from the community, the people around them. Okay, so the riya bil amal. And then the last one, number 5, bil ashab wa zaidin wal mukhalitin. Okay, so the number 5 is constant with mixing with good people. Yeah? Constantly mixing with good people, with good companion. And then with knowledgeable people, with the ulama, pious people. So they will be called a pious as well. For example, where is this? Where is this person? Oh, you know, he always mixing with these scholars. MashaAllah, he is indeed amongst them. Where is he? Always in the masjid. MashaAllah, indeed. I'm bear witness that he is amongst those masjid people. Yeah. So always wanting together, mixing with a good a good group. So they will be called amongst them as well. So this is riya. It is good actually. As I said, always this is all good act. But without a sound sincerity, ikhlas, it will make the person astray from the right path. That's all. Okay, it can lead to doing riya. So telling stories about mashayikh is one of the given. وكذلك يكثر ذكر الشيوخ ليرى أنه لقي شيوخا كثيرة واستفاد منهم. So telling always, I know this sheikh, I know that sheikh, I know this person, I know. So people will think, mashallah, he one of the person who always constantly mixing with the scholars and the teachers, because he knows everything about scholars. So the way that we behave, even though it is positive, it is good, yeah, but without a sound intention, we are not focused on Allah, it will lead us to riya. Because as a sign, we want to send a signal to other people. So look, I'm telling you so many stories about Shaykh. So don't you think that I'm a good person because I'm with mashayikh, I'm with all teachers and scholars. You get it? Look, I'm look very tired and say, oh, mashallah, he must be waking up early in the morning to do something. He look weak. He looks tired. Oh, mashallah, a lot of fasting these days. Yeah, for him, mashallah. Look at his appearance. He's no time for dunya, always for akhirah. Ya salam. Yeah, if it is true, that's good, mashallah. But if it is not, ya khasir, ya kafir, ya fajir, ya ghadir. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will call each one of those people who performing ibadah for the sake of other people. Oh, loser. Oh, what do you call it? Ghadir. Nyah, nyah. Kena halau. Apa Amir? Kena halau. Those people are not
kena halau, it will be
those people
yeah,
are welcome.
exactly.
MashaAllah. And such. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with this knowledge, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to act upon what we learn and what we understand. Yeah, our life indeed, to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, do our best. When I say to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it doesn't mean that we need to fulfill our time with ibadah fully. Understand, our ibadah imma tajridan or tasbiban, either toward either through tajreed, yeah, making ourselves focus for ibadah, or mutasabbib, through asbab, through reasoning and means our ibadah, through our work to feed our children, to bring up our children, to serve the community. to become a good parent. This is ibadah as well, isn't it? Our ibadah to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through so many ways. Either through, again I said, through purely ibadah, salah, reading Quran, giving charity, that's purely ibadah. Or through working, through educating, parenting, and such. That's ibadah as well. Anyway, from both sides, make sure our ibadah we are performing to please Allah, to seek Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's pleasure. By taking care of our intention, not to show off, not to show off to people that we are someone. We are nobody. We just a servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we want Allah. We want nothing else. We want Allah. We want Allah. We want the please of Allah and the blessing of our beloved Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Okay, so inshallah, this is the first two points that was raised by Imam Al-Ghazali, sins committed with the heart, and inshallah we will continue next week with the third point, which is al-ujubu. Al-ujub. What is al-ujub? Conceit. Al-ujub wal-fakhr wal-takabbur. These are brothers. Inshallah, we will continue next following lesson. Bi'iznillahi ta'ala. I ask everyone to make a lot of dua during these difficult times. Make dua. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala provide us ability to perform well, to become a good servant of Allah, success in both worlds, here and in dunya and hereafter. Ameen ya arhamar rahimin. And I seek everyone's attention to help our institution of the Sufa Educational Foundation, that we are running the programs through Safa Mosque London and Safa College London. We are trying our best to serve the community from various acts of worship, by giving service to our community, indeed. And I'm not showing off, but I'm telling you so you can participate in our ibadah. We are helping our community by providing lessons of Al-Quranul Kareem for the new reverts of brothers and sisters, to provide them and equip them with knowledge, the basic rulings or the basic fundamental knowledge of Islam. And we've got other acts or other amal or other work and services that you can find in our Facebook. I'm sure a lot of people already know what we are doing, but now we need the specific ibadah. We need people to help us in monetary. Before I said help us with whatever khidmah service that you can provide, but now we need this specific ibadah. In Ramadan, the ibadah is fasting, isn't it? An ibadah of fasting in Ramadan. Yes, you need to do other ibadah. The big ibadah of Ramadan, everyone will tell, fasting, Ramadan. So in COVID, at the end of COVID, the ibadah that we need from our community to support us is through providing us some donations and monetary in order for us to succeed, or in order for us to succeed in continuing our khidmah. We need to pay our rents, we need to pay our bills and such. So look into this, please understand. And all religious institutions are facing the same thing, so including us. Do something. Especially I urge all the Malays community who knows Safa Mosque London, help us. And for those who doesn't know about us, who don't know about us, please share. For those who are our members, our followers, share this page and let everyone participate in doing good work, inshallah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us and provide us more. Ameen ya arhamar rahimin. Until here, we meet up again in our next lesson of Bidayatul Hidayah. Make a lot of dua dua for us and we'll make dua for you. Wabillahi hidayah taufiq. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. عملت سوءا وظلمت نفسي فاغفر لي فإنه لا يغفر الذنوب إلا أنت سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Jazakumullah khairan, Ustaz. See you everyone. Stay safe, and we look forward to seeing you again at the next session of Bidayatul Hidayah from Imam Al-Ghazali. Assalamu alaikum.